It wasn't during an argument. There was no shouting, no accusations hurled across the room, just silence. The kind of silence that makes you realize something's about to change and not in a way you'd ever wanted. We were in the kitchen. She stood by the sink, rinsing a plate. Her voice was calm, deliberate. "You're nothing more than a co-parent to me, not my real match." I wish I could say I didn't hear her, that the words didn't register at first, but I heard them clearly. There was no room for misinterpretation, no regret or hesitation in her tone. It wasn't an emotional outburst. It was a statement, a decision she'd likely made long before voicing it. For a moment, I just stood there, staring at the back of her head. She kept washing the plate like she was telling me about the weather, as if nothing had shifted. My throat was dry as I forced the words out. "So that's how you see me?" She didn't turn around. "I think we both know this hasn't been a real marriage for a long time." There it was again, her voice, calm and factual, as though we had both agreed on it. But this wasn't mutual. I hadn't accepted this, let alone acknowledged it. I took a step closer, resting my hands on the counter. "When did you decide this?" This time she turned, drying her hands with a towel. Her expression was unreadable. "It's been obvious, hasn't it? We're good parents, but that's all we are. We don't connect the way we should. We don't challenge or inspire each other. I think we both deserve more than just this arrangement." Her words hit me like a punch. She truly believed what she was saying, had convinced herself that what we had built over the years was just a functional partnership. It wasn't a marriage anymore. I swallowed hard, my grip tightening on the counter. "So that's it? That's how you see me? Just the father of your children?" She shrugged. "I don't want to hurt you, but I don't want to pretend anymore." Her words lingered in the air, and the worst part was that I could feel the finality in them. She had already made her decision long before saying it. All the moments we had shared, late-night talks, vacations, quiet mornings over coffee, had they all been an act? Had she been going through the motions, waiting for the right moment to tell me I was just an obligation? I wanted to argue, to make her see how wrong she was. But something stopped me. Maybe it was the way she stood there, so sure of herself, so unaffected. She wasn't angry or sad. She just seemed detached. I took a slow breath, trying to steady myself. "Good to know," I finally said. "At least now, we're being honest." For a split second, something flickered across her face. Surprise, maybe? As if she had expected resistance. A desperate plea for her to change her mind. But that wasn't going to happen. I turned and walked out of the kitchen, my mind already shifting. If that's how she saw me, then that's exactly how I would be. The next morning, I woke up before her, made breakfast for the kids, packed their lunches, and got them ready for the day without a word. She came downstairs, still in her robe, poured herself a cup of coffee. Usually, I'd at least try to make conversation. Ask her if she slept well, comment on the day ahead. This time I didn't bother. I didn't even acknowledge her. She noticed. At first it was subtle. She glanced at me a few times, maybe expecting me to be upset or brooding. But I wasn't upset. I was just done. I dropped the kids off at school and went about my day like nothing had changed. But everything was different. I wasn't her husband anymore. Not in the way she wanted me to be. I was her co-parent. That was it. No more arguing, no emotional pleas, no attempts to fix something that was already broken. When she got home from work that evening, I was already helping the kids with their homework. She tossed her bag onto the chair and sighed, like she expected me to ask about her day. I didn't. I stood up, told the kids I'd be in my office, if they needed me, and left the room. She hesitated like she was waiting for me to say something. But I didn't. And that was the beginning of it. Dinner was all about the kids, laughing, engaging with them, not her. If she spoke to me, I answered politely. That was it. No more initiating conversations, no more small talk, no more favors. For years, I had given her everything: attention, effort, care, while she slowly detached herself. Now, she'd know what it felt like to be on the other side of that. At first, she didn't react much. Maybe she thought I was just adjusting to the new dynamic, still processing everything. But soon, she started noticing. The way I didn't look at her the way I used to. The way I didn't go out of my way to make her life easier. The way I didn't care about her opinions anymore. And when she realized it, it was already too late. She thought she had won. After all, she had spent so much time emotionally checking out of our marriage that she assumed she now held all the control. I wasn't supposed to care anymore. So I gave her exactly what she wanted: indifference. No small talk, no interest in her life outside of what involved the kids. I didn't check in to see how her day went. I didn't ask if she needed anything when I ran errands. I didn't even notice when she got a haircut or compliment her when she made an effort to look good. I became unavailable, emotionally absent in the way she had been for months, maybe years. The first time she really noticed was on a Saturday. Weekends used to be family time, grocery shopping, taking the kids to the park, watching a movie at home. But this time, I made other plans. I took the kids out early in the morning without telling her. When she came downstairs, we were already gone. She texted, asking where we were. I waited almost an hour to reply. Out with the kids. Be back later. No explanation, no apology, no invitation to join us. When we came back in the afternoon, she was sitting on the couch, scrolling through her phone, but she wasn't really looking at it. The moment we walked in, her eyes went straight to me. "Where'd you go?" she asked, her voice casual, but the question itself told me everything I needed to know. "Out," I said, setting the car keys down. "Kids wanted to do something." She pressed her lips together and nodded slowly. "Would have been nice to know." I shrugged. Didn't think it mattered. That was the first crack. The second came a few days later at dinner. The kids were talking about their day, laughing, telling me all the details about their friends at school. I was fully engaged, asking them questions, joking with them. She sat there, but I didn't acknowledge her. At one point, she tried to chime in, commenting on something one of them had said. I didn't respond. Not rudely, just the way she had treated me for months, maybe years. Like her words didn't matter. For the first time in a long while, she looked uncomfortable. She tested me after that. She'd bring up work stories hoping I'd bite. I didn't. She tried mentioning something funny that happened to her that day. I nodded but didn't ask for details. Then one night she came home looking irritated. I was in the living room reading. She stood there for a few seconds, as if she was waiting for me to acknowledge her. "You've been acting weird," she said finally. I glanced up. "Weird how?" She hesitated like she hadn't planned what to say. "I don't know, just different." I closed my book.